back to the Journey to the FarLands. All right. Well, let's get out of this thing. And yes, I know it's been a stupid long time since the last episode, but I seem to have an unfortunate habit of doing that. All right, let's see. I need to go that way. So let us go and proceed onwards to the FarLands. And let's see. Okay, the whole point of Journey to the FarLands is exactly that. Journeying to the FarLands. Hopefully raising some money for Child's Play charity along the way, and spending a lot of time talking, yakking about whatever comes to mind, and answering viewer questions and so on along the way. And that's to keep it somewhat interesting, because otherwise it would just be a case of, or even a whole truckload of, just walking towards the FarLands, continuing westward, and not much of anything going on. It would get boring really fast, so thus the constant running of the mouth. Yes, okay. Anywho, this is the morning of the, let's see, 562nd Minecraft day since leaving spawn. And the size of the world as of the beginning of this episode is 6,116.3 megabytes. So pretty good world size there. And anyway, let's dive into the questions. Now, because of how long it's been since the last episode, some of these are pitifully old, pathetically old, and there is, of course, no guarantee or expectation that those who ask those questions will even be watching to hear the answers, but I'm going to do them anyway, because who knows? Anything is possible. Okay, let's see. Yes, okay. Anywho, first question, and by the way, these are answered in order of oldest first. And I have a pretty good long file of them, but more are always welcome. And who knows, I might actually get myself to doing this a little more often and a little more regularly. You know, my thought right now is this is Monday, so how about we try to make Monday Journey to the FarLands Day? At least that's what my thought is, and I'm going to make a sincere effort to actually make that happen. We'll see if it actually works, because me and schedules, well, anybody familiar with me knows that that just doesn't work. Yeah. Anyway, on to the questions. We have from Big Jeff. It's a choice question here. We have, would you rather never have to eat but stay a healthy weight and not get hungry, or never have to sleep but not get tired? Well, those are both interesting possibilities, but to be perfectly honest, I really do like to eat when there's good food available. So I would probably choose not sleeping and not needing to be tired and so on. Because, yeah, sleeping is just time you lose that you don't get anything done. Even if it's just something entertaining that you want to do. So removing the need for sleep, that would be pretty cool in my opinion. Let's see. Next question. DA Boy asks, how far are you now? Why did you actually begin this channel and when? Okay. This channel, which is my vlog channel, created, I believe, around sometime in 2009, I believe. I think. I'd have to look it up to be sure, and I'm busy and I can't be bothered right this minute. So, somewhere around then. And the original point of this channel was to do cooking videos that would be companion material to my blog. That didn't go very long because I had to switch my focus. It finally struck home just exactly how badly overweight I was. And I shifted my focus to trying to lose weight. And from there, it became a matter of I'm going to need logs and wool. It became a matter of just talking about pretty much almost anything. I enjoyed making videos, and I just kept going. And then in March 2011, I discovered Minecraft, and I started making Minecraft videos. And over time, I eventually added some other games to my video making. And by the way, those will still occasionally happen, and so on. Some folks ask me, why is it that this series is on the vlog channel instead of the game channel? Because it's taking place in Minecraft. But you see, the whole thing is that this is not actual gameplay, really, because it's mostly walking to the, primarily it's walking to the FarLands through Minecraft, and there's more talk than anything else going on. And that makes it more of a vlogish / podcastish kind of thing, and I think that's more appropriate on the vlog channel. As far as the how far are you now question, or part of the question, whatever, I haven't got a clue. I couldn't begin to answer that because the only time I hit F3, which is where I would find out what is the X and Y values, the only time I do that is during a live stream that would be a celebration of achieving a fundraising goal. And there is a fair amount to go before that point is reached. Of course, it would be helpful if I would make episodes a little more frequently. Oh, excuse me. I hate the coughing, but sometimes you can't get away from it. So the next time I reach a fundraising goal, I'll do this whole live stream thing and find a suitably epic location and create some kind of a monument to celebrate having reached such a goal. And as the high point of the stream, I'll be hitting F3 to find out how far I've gotten. Okay, unfortunately, I need to pause. And I'm back. How about that? Okay, and it's getting towards the end of the first day. Generally go 3 Minecraft days per episode. And I figure that's reasonable. So let's get up to the top of this hill and see about sleeping through the night. Okay. You're on an elevated sleeping platform, complete with a light and a bed. Get through the night and then move on. Okay, let's see. The next question from Ghost of the Mind. Do you brush or comb your beard? Well, most of the time the answer is both. A brush does the hard work, basically, of pulling out whatever tangles might happen, because they do, disturbingly often. And then a comb just kind of fine-tunes everything, I guess. Although, right now, it's not so much a brush as it is a comb, because the brush that I have right now, the bristles are so soft and noodly that they don't even get into my beard, never mind through it. So I need to do something about getting a much better brush-like thing for that particular portion of grooming. Okay, next question. Oh, I love this one. I get one like it every now and then. I like it. It's a good one. Wraithful asks, Chef, what is your favorite food? Well, the smart-ass answer would be almost, not everything, but almost everything that will hold still long enough to be eaten. A more accurate answer would be, there's a lot of things that I really like, but I think probably my all-time favorite has got to be pizza, which, if you've been watching my stuff for any serious length of time, you already know that. Pizza is definitely my favorite. And because you can do it so many different ways. There is so much variety potential in pizza that let's see. Get through here. All right. Yeah. And then down this way, back around here, and onwards. Okay. That just might be a thumbnail, because it looks cool. Oh, wait a minute. If I go over here, I might get a little bit better angle. Yes. Yeah, I like that. That's a thumbnail. All right. Okay. All right, this one I need to do this so that I can look at my notepad. In Fallout 4, do I have favorite locations? The Starlight Drive-In Theater, because it's one of the largest places that you can do player building, and it's not too far from downtown Boston. Fairly central, sort of fairly centrally located. It's good, although the robot base, I forget the official name of it. I think of it as the Batcave. That one's pretty good too, because you can fast travel to it, and it's underground, and No Raiders ever. So that's pretty good too. Yeah, all right. Now, we move on to the next one here. What is your Sin Dixon says, what is your all-time favorite book and why? Oh, good gravy. I couldn't begin to tell you, because I thoroughly enjoy a lot of books. I can only think of one series right at this moment, because I just recently got a new copy of it to replace one that got left behind when I moved. Well, I ended up losing most of my books, so I'm having to rebuild my collection from scratch. But the one that I most recently got was the Dragon Riders of Pern, and this is a single volume that contains all three of the original trilogy, which is Dragonflight, Dragon Quest, and the White Dragon. Very good series, by the way, and there are many other books, some that follow after, and others that could be considered prequels. And it's a very good series, a very good world. It's fun. There's adventure and all sorts of stuff going on. So I definitely recommend it. The dragons are much unlike the dragons of typical fiction and legend. Typically dragons in fiction or legend are lizards. But the dragons of Pern are not lizards. You can tell that because they're warm-blooded. And they're also intelligent, sentient. They qualify as people, even though they don't look like humans, They are intelligent, capable of original thought and complex ideas and all this. So, yeah. And it's interesting. These dragons are the good guys. I mean, there is no Alduin on Pern, or Smog, or anybody like that. So, I would say that my current favorite is probably the Dragon Riders of Pern. That changes. That is subject to change with the acquisition and rereading of other books. Okay, let's see. Looking again. I know it was ages ago for you, but do you have any interesting stories from your childhood? Not especially. At least not that I want to talk about. My childhood was not really, generally speaking, a huge amount of fun. Ghost of the Mind back again asks, what do you have on your pizzas? What would your perfect pizza topping? What would be your perfect pizza topping selection? Have you drank adult beverages? Okay, let's move onwards. Second part first. Have I drank adult beverages? You mean basically alcoholic stuff. I have done so on a number of occasions, and it was enough for me to discover that A, I don't like how I feel when I drink such things. I don't understand why anybody would drink them voluntarily, because I have never in my life met one that tasted good or even remotely thought about tasting good. And if it's foul and nasty, I don't want it. And so beer, wines, hard liquor, things like that, they are foul and nasty tasting, and I don't want them. Because, yuck. As I certainly don't want to drink enough to become intoxicated, because I've done that. Granted, it's been a very long time ago, but I've done it, and I did it just enough to realize I didn't like doing it, and so I decided not to. So that takes care of the adult beverages part of things. Any hoozle, moving onwards. The details of the pizza. And I can answer that one by simply describing the one that I order the most. Now, I am aware that there are people out there that will cringe at the thought, but my favorite pizza comes from Pizza Hut. And I know, like I said, I am aware that there's a lot of people who cringe at that thought. But oh boy. Just a second. I'm hearing sounds in my headset that make me wonder if I'm recording sound. So I'm going to stop and find out. Okay, back again. Anyway, moving onwards. Let's see. Oh, yes, the pizza toppings. Yes, I was saying that my favorite pizza is one that I order from Pizza Hut when I do get a pizza. And this would be using their hand-tossed crust, which, by the way, is not actually hand-tossed. It's just called hand-tossed. Oh, it's time to park for the night. And right over here looks like a good spot. It's a hand-tossed crust. And I usually go for a medium, sometimes a large. And the one that I'll get is the meat lover with extra cheese on top. Now the meat lover, it comes with, let's see, pepperoni, Canadian bacon, pork sausage, beef sausage, Italian sausage, and oh, well, the cheese and bacon. Yes, bacon bits. And I think Canadian bacon as well, yes. And that's the one that I order. And I always specify that the extra cheese has to go on top. And that brings me to a point that has mystified me for a long time about pizza. When you order extra cheese, normally I have found that if you don't specify and make clear that they understand that the extra cheese should go on top of the pizza, then they will inevitably just add it to the base level of cheese. When it makes sense to me that if I want extra cheese, it should automatically be put on top. And I don't understand for the life of me why they don't. Because if I order extra cheese, one of the reasons is not just because I like cheese, it's because I want the cheese to glue down the toppings. You know, I hate it when I pick up a slice of pizza and there's bits of sausage rolling around on the floor all of a sudden. Not my idea of good. Okay. And we're back at it. Okay. I think I've pretty much covered the pizza thing. Sometimes having pineapple added to it would be good. And yes, I am one of these strange people that likes pineapple on pizza. It's very good. The sweet of the pineapple does a very nice complement to the savory of the meats and the pasta sauce or the pizza sauce or whatever you want to call it. It's very good. You know, I didn't expect, the first time I tried it, I was very hesitant. I didn't think it was going to be good. You know, my first thought was pineapple on pizza, gross. But then I tried it. And now, I'll be honest with you, I swear by it. And it might actually become a new addition to my regular meat lover order. I'm actually, now that I'm thinking about it, I'm thinking I might just do that. Let's get some wood. Because, like the man said, it's all about getting wood. I know, that's an absolutely horrible joke, but there you go. It's a Minecraft. There has to be a getting wood joke in there somewhere, once in a while. Anyway, alright, that should be enough to keep me for right now. It would be good if I could get a hold of some sheep, because I am going to be running low on wool after this episode. Of course, I can go sheep hunting next time. Okay. I hope the sound is working and whatnot, because I am hearing occasional random rumble noises in my headset, which in my experience is never a great wonderful thing. So we'll have to find out. I checked during one of my recent breaks here, and everything was okay then, but that was then. Anyway, moving on. The next question. Okay, Dylan Usher asks, why did you drop the torch after getting out of the boat? Well, I had this kind of a goofy idea, because it's obvious that it's not to light my way or help me find the boat on the way back or anything like that, because let's face it, it could take 15 or 20 years to get where I'm going, especially at the pace that I'm going at lately. Now, the whole idea behind the torches, I leave them at the beds and I leave them at the boats, is that if it should someday prove possible to make one of these Google Maps style map renderings of the world, then those torches would show up on that, well, I guess you could call it a satellite view of the world. And it would kind of show a little bit of detail concerning progress forward and so on. And so that's pretty much why I do that. I figure it doesn't cost me much. One piece of coal and a stick is 4 torches, so they're cheap enough. And it's not like I have much other use for torches, seeing as how I sleep every time it gets to night and so on. So, yeah, that's why I do that. I figure maybe someday it might be possible to create such a map. Well, I'm sure it's possible now. It's just that it would be unfathomably huge, because the tools that I know of to make that kind of a map will do so in a way that creates like 4 to 8 levels of zoom. And for each level of zoom, you need a full set of images that can be stitched together as needed to produce a rendering of this or that portion of a map. And that means tens of thousands of images or more. And that means many, many gigabytes of image. That's huge. Of course, given my internet connection now, I don't have nearly so much trouble with things taking forever to upload, so who knows? Maybe I'll get around to doing that sometime. But at the same point, I will advise not holding one's breath while waiting for it to happen. Because just while I think it's a good idea, it would be a cool thing to do, that doesn't mean I look forward to doing it. We'll see. I'll consider it. Maybe someday I'll try it. If it works out, perhaps someday I will have a link for a satellite view of the journey to the FarLands world from the beginning up to whatever point is current at that time. We'll see. Okay. Walker Weaver asks, what had been your most life-changing experience? Well, in light of recent events, I would have to say that the most life-changing experience that I think I've had to date would be having about 30 or 40% of my right leg cut off. Yeah, that's pretty life-changing because it means no more walking, at least until I reach a point where I get fitted for a prosthesis and then learn how to walk again, which is something that I do look forward to and plan to do. I just have no idea when it's going to happen. But, yeah. Because that event has been a huge life changer because it has not only affected the leg that is now much shorter than it used to be, but it has also, it's necessitated me moving, and other than the comparatively little that I managed to get moved here with me, I've pretty much lost most of what I had. And I'm kind of, in a lot of ways, starting all over. Okay. This is going to be my overnight hidey hole. I'm just going to block this off. Start putting some lights down. And let's just go ahead and block this. Here, one here. Let's throw the bed down here. Put down more torches. Okay, one more torch there, and quick as I can, make some beds, a couple of more boats, 3 more. Three beds for the next episode. Okay, and while I'm at it, make some more torches. And maybe mine up that coal before I leave. Alright, that's going to be it for this episode. Thanks for watching. Take it easy. I am out of here.